It's Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving, family. It started raining. Last night I saw them. I don't know. Maybe the rain washed them away already. Anyways, had a black widow. I meant to kill him last night, but I was busy. Last night after work, in the dark, put on my astronomy light. I did donate to the neighbors. Oh, they got it. I put a bunch of tomatoes that I had and a couple of peppers. You can see there's some down there still. But I clean house. There's the remnants of the fence all the way around. The basil was going nuts. I left these volunteer tomatoes. There's my second growing of peppers that just never made it. Although, there's a little bitty pepper. Those pepper plants were just producing like mad. I was giving them away because there's acetate or something in there that I'm not allowed to have. Olga was suspicious that I'm allergic to it. The marigolds are doing fine, at least that bunch. And so I was cutting down all the excuse me, basil. Here it just went to seed. The birds love those seeds. And you're always told to cut back the basil so it does not go to seed, but I didn't care. It was just a disguise for my tomatoes. But I don't remember if it was Brussels sprouts or cabbage or cauliflower there. I should have marked it better. There's some. There's another pepper that's just not gonna do it. Another pepper there. There's a little bit of dill that I'm not allowed to have also because of that acetate or anyways. So I was cutting this back. I let those, again, more volunteer tomatoes. They just were going nuts in here. And here is cauliflower or Brussels sprouts. Those I'm allowed to have. There's the verbena. I cut it back way too much. No flowers. Again, more of the fence and the tomato cones. I have to put those rods on there. I'll show you how I fasten it up there. These are the eyelets that I keep the sunshades secured by. And I just use that, and then I put a rod through it to hold the fencing parts up there. And I was cutting the basil back, and lo and behold, beets. And here's a nice healthy one. So I might have some, or we may have some beets this year. There's all kinds of tomatoes under there and everything. That will be my compost pile. I have 2 pallets that I picked up. Somebody was laying some sod back in the neighborhood. They still got a couple of houses they're making. And so I picked up a couple pallets. We're going to have a little campfire, not a bonfire, but a campfire. And once all that dries out a little bit, although we've been having so much rain, it's just going to decompose. The bird feeder, I could take the shade down, but I'm leaving it. The sparrows, bless their hearts. I used to hate sparrows on the farm, but they seem to have, I only had 1 tomato worm this year. Very surprised with that. And I think the birds hopping through the garden were eating all my worms, so I'm very happy with that. There were a couple of melons that did not make it. I tossed them on the other side of the fence. They can't grow, or they can't build anything over there. And somebody did cut that back. I was very surprised with that. Usually the weeds are high as the fence. So that is the latest. And good old fire ants. They're underneath there. But the spiders were roaming around yesterday. And we're supposed to have storms and more rain. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.